My name is Chuck Whitman, and I build great traders that lead great lives. Traders I've trained have generated in excess of $1 billion in trading revenue and are found in some of the largest proprietary trading firms and hedge funds in the United States. In 2011, the movie Limitless came out. This is one of the most fascinating movies I've ever seen. In the movie Limitless, Bradley Cooper comes across a drug called NZT. And what NZT does is it allows him to utilize the full capacity of his brain. We hear these sayings that we only utilize about 5% of the capacity of our brain. Well, in the movie, when he takes NZT, he's using nearly 100% of his capacity. And he's able to notice everything that's going on around him. And he's able to tie together abstract concepts. He's able to remember everything. And it basically gives him superhuman brain capacity. Now, out of that, NZT was actually based on some of the drugs like modafinil. Modafinil became a very popular drug with students and traders and so forth because one, it allows you to stay focused. It allows you to stay awake. Two, it allows you to have deeper concentration, particularly on one thing. And so there are many people, including myself, have used modafinil, that people feel like it allows them to be somewhat superhuman. They don't get tired. They can keep going. But what if I was able to show you something similar to Limitless, something similar to modafinil, but it wasn't a drug? Would you be interested? I'm going to share with you today a technology that I've been using for over 10 years. This technology is a game changer. This is something that I'm utilizing with my top students, and it's something that we go over in our mindset, our Matrix Mindset Masterclass. So I'm teaching people how to perform, teaching traders how to perform at an elite level. So what is the technology I'm talking about? It's called NewCalm. Now, I've been using NewCalm for over 10 years, and it has advanced tremendously over the 10 years. When I first started using it 10 years ago, it was pretty cumbersome. But now it's a very simple technology. All you need is an eye mask, and you don't always need an eye mask, but if you're doing meditation work, the eye mask helps. So you need an eye mask. We need noise-canceling headphones. You need a bioprocessing disc. Now, you don't have to have these, but they're very helpful. What the bioprocessing disc does is you take these discs, you take it off. It's like a sticker. You take the sticker off, and it basically goes, it's like the size of a quarter. It goes 2.5 quarter lengths or 2.5 inches down into the middle of the left wrist. So you can see right here, this is 1, this is 2, this is a half. So it goes right in the middle like that. And what this bioprocessing disc does is it actually opens up the pathway in the brain for the brain to be able to upload GABA. And GABA is something that really helps you relax. So we have the eye mask, we have the noise canceling headphones, we have the bioprocessing disc, and then we have our phone or our iPad. And it's just an app. I'm going to show you here in a moment, but you can see right on here, here's the app. Now in the app, we go into NewCalm and we can choose a variety of different tracks. We're going to talk about these tracks today. Now, when we use the tracks, I put this caption here because we're talking about peak performance. We're talking about getting you to be a peak performance in your trading. So NewCalm has been used with numerous professional athletes. My nutritionist, who's been one of the leading nutritionists in sports for years in the United States. She got the Chicago Blackhawks to try NewCalm. They were the first sports franchise to use it, and they went on a tremendous run of winning multiple Stanley Cups, having the best record in the NHL. And one of the things that the Chicago Blackhawks did was they mandated that all of the Blackhawks had to do NewCalm when they were in the air flying home from road games. It was mandated. So you can see that what happens with NewCalm is it allows you to be in the zone. It allows you to be in flow state, something that everybody's trying to get. NewCalm will put you there on demand. It'll put you in the flow state. It'll put you in peak performance to trade on demand. And this is why this is so powerful. As you can see here, it's a ritual that helps you to perform at your highest level and allows you to respond to whatever situations that are going on in life, which we'll cover here in a minute. It'll help you sleep better. It'll help you recover better. It'll help you be more energetic. It'll help you to be more focused, more relaxed, or more intense, whatever it is that you need. This is one of the most profound tools that you could ever use. So we spend a lot of time talking about brain waves. One of the things I'm passionate about is creating repeatable ways for people to get to the states or feelings that they want to have. And when we understand how our brain works, and specifically how our brain works at different brain waves, it allows us to be able to create the experiences that we want in life in a way that very few people are able to or even understand. So this is a chart that a table I show all the time, showing the different levels of brain waves. So most people go through their life operating in beta, different levels of beta. Beta is the home of the conscious mind. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about this, but I just wanted to frame this because it's going to be useful when we look at the different programs within New Calm. So the conscious mind operates in beta. One of the things I always tell my students, if you want to make major transformation in your life, transformation does not happen in beta. Beta is the home of the ego. The ego does not want change. The ego views these things as a threat. Okay, so if you want to make major transformation in your life, you either need to go down in brain waves and go down into alpha and specifically theta, or you need to go up into gamma. Theta is the home of meditation. Theta is the home of the subconscious mind. So when you meditate, you are slowing your brain down, getting your conscious mind, your ego out of the way, and then allowing you to be able to operate in the realm of the subconscious. You're highly programmable here. We can go even deeper into delta, and delta is actually why New Calm was invented. New Calm was invented as a way of being able to get dental patients, get them down and out without anesthesia. They had patients that couldn't have anesthesia. And what are you going to do when you have a root canal and you can't have anesthesia? Well, they invented this machine that would put you down into delta, into the superconscious. In delta, there is no memory. There is no feeling. You are completely detached. This is what happens when you have anesthesia. So New Calm was designed to put people into delta. But then when they're able to do this, they started, well, if we could put people into delta and knock them out, we could probably put them anywhere else. And so they started playing around with putting people at different brain levels, different brain waves. Okay, so in New Calm, we are going to use it to either go down into theta or go up into gamma. In either way, we're getting out of beta. Okay, so there are several programs within New Calm. The core program is called Focus. Sorry, the core program is called Rescue. Rescue is where all the good things happen. What happens in Rescue, it's very interesting. Only when our brain is in theta are we able to repair our bodies. All cellular repair happens when you are in theta. So this has massive ramifications if you can't sleep. If you have sleep apnea or battle insomnia or things like this, you don't ever get into theta. And if you don't ever get into theta, you're not able to heal your cells. And if you're not able to heal your cells get sick. They die. And you start getting things like cancer. You start having hormonal issues. You start getting dementia, Alzheimer's, heart disease, all these other things because the cells are not able to repair themselves. So one of the great advantages of New Calm when you do rescue is it puts you into theta and allows your brain to go to work fixing the body. Now, I spent a lot of time studying different sleep hacks. And one of the first places I studied this was in the 4-Hour Body by the 4-Hour Workweek guy. I forget his name. It'll come to me. Tim Ferriss. So I started studying sleep hacks in the 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. And from there, I started to learn that we could actually trick our mind into going directly into theta. And when it goes directly into theta, we get the benefit of sleep without all the peripheral stuff. So in a typical hour-and-a-half cycle, we'd be in theta for about 20 minutes. Well, with Rescue, you can go into theta right now. And because we go down into theta, we can be very efficient with our sleep. So one of the things I do is I will go to sleep and I'll set my alarm for 5.5 or 6 hours of sleep, depending on what I've got going on. Sometimes even a little less, sometimes a little more, but 5.5 or 6 hours. And then what I do is when I wake up, I have my headphones next to the bed. When I wake up, I put my headphones on, I pull out my phone and I go right into Rescue. And I do 30 minutes of Rescue when I wake up. Okay, so I wake up, I do Rescue, and of course, when I do Rescue, I go right back to sleep. I go right back into theta. But what happens is 30 minutes of Rescue is the equivalent of an hour-and-a-half to 2 hours of sleep. So if I've slept 5.5 hours, and now I do 30 minutes of Rescue, I've now been in bed for 6 hours, but it's giving me the equivalent of 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep, and only 6. That's powerful. Okay, so then when Rescue goes off, then I go to Ignite. And when I go to Ignite takes me into Gamma. It speeds up my brain. And by speeding up my brain, it turns my brain on. It fires up. So it eliminates the need for caffeine. It eliminates the need to jacking myself up. It'll do it automatically. It'll fire me up. So there's a variety of programs I'll listen to, but I'll go right into Ignite. So I've gotten 30 minutes of Rescue, and then I'll do 15 minutes of Ignite, and off and running. Now, as I go into my trading day, there's a couple different things we can do. One, I could use flow state in my pre-trade routine. In flow state, I'm going to put my headphones back on, but I'm going to do somewhat of a meditative state, a light meditation, where I'm going to prepare my mind for my mind to be in flow state and my mind to be able to absorb everything I'm trying to accomplish in the trading day. I come out of flow state. Now I'm ready to trade. And now I put on focus. So there's no eye mask. I just listen to focus, and focus helps me get dialed in, helps me be in peak beta. So I'm extra focused on the task at hand. So I'll listen to focus for 15 minutes and then I'll take it off and I'm off and running. Now, later in the day, I like to take naps. I like to take naps during the day. So just to reboot my brain. So around noon, 1 o'clock, I'll go and I'll do either power nap, or there's a new version of rescue that's shorter. I'll do 20-minute rescue, and that'll reboot my brain, get me fresh for the close in my afternoon work. I used to struggle so bad in the 3 o'clock hour. My brain would just shut down and I just want to go to sleep. But taking the nap, or I'm sorry, it's like a nap, but taking the 20 minutes and doing power nap or doing rescue turns my brain back on, refreshes it, and I'm good to go in that window when I used to be so tired. Now, you don't want to do rescue close to going to bed because it'll interfere with your sleep. Notice I do rescue when I wake up. I don't do it before. Rescue can be great for insomnia. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep, one of the things they teach at New Calm is you wait 15 minutes, and if you can't fall asleep after 15 minutes, then go do rescue. It'll help you drop back into sleep. Now, the last thing that we do when we do go to sleep is you can do deep sleep. So deep sleep helps put you down into delta, the deepest state. So when you do delta, when you do deep sleep, you don't need your headphones. Just take them off. We play it in the room. So in our room, we've got it cool. Everything is dark. We have an amazing bed. We have the best Sleep Number bed. So the bed is at the optimal temperature, the optimal pressure. Everything is dark, and deep sleep is running. It's the sound of rain. It's running in the room. So I've shared with you some different ways that you can do this, and we get into some very specific ways to use it in trading in our mindset workshop. But I encourage you to try this. It is a game changer. Now, some people will say, well, I can just do binomial beats that are on YouTube. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. I'm not going to go into all the technology, but there essentially is a random generator that is going on in New Calm that continually tricks the brain. When you do binomial beats, they'll work once, they'll work maybe twice or 3 times, but your brain is smart. Your brain is going to figure out the pattern of the binomial beats, and then it will no longer work. So New Calm cannot be figured out by the brain because it is being run through random patterns, random frequencies that get you into these states. A couple other things I'll share with you about this. One of the things they did is they brought in 200 of the top meditation yogis in the world, and they mapped their brains. They had them go into a meditative state. Right? These are people who spent decades meditating, the best in meditation. They mapped their brains and they watched them drop into meditation. Obviously, they were very good at it. But then what was interesting is then they had these same yogis put on the headphones, put on the eye mask, put on the disc, and listen to rescue. And they mapped their brain. And you know what's so interesting? Those yogis were getting into meditative state faster and more consistently with New Calm than they were through their own methods after decades. There are several well-known yogis that actually endorse New Calm that you can read about. This is a phenomenal resource. I encourage you to check it out. And I have a special offer for you. So if this is something you're interested in, if you look in the comments below, you'll see a link. You click on that link, you can get a free trial of New Calm. And I've created a library for you of a bunch of different resources that are around peak performance, that are around sleep, that are around PTSD and how it helps veterans, and a variety of different topics of how New Calm is helping so many people, cancer patients, people who suffer from mental illness and PTSD, professional athletes, traders, on and on and on. It's helping a whole gambit of people to have levels of health that they would not have had in the past. One other thing I'll share with you is that Ignite. Now, the Navy SEALs are actually using Ignite on some of their missions where they listen to Ignite as they're going to drop, as they're going into mission, because it locks their brain in and gets them functioning at a really high level. This is amazing, amazing stuff if you'll just work through it. So you click on that link below, and I've got the free trial for you. I've got all the resources. You can learn more about this, and I really want to see you try it. I have a couple other requests. If you like this video or you like our other Trader Tip Tuesdays, I ask that you like it and share it. And if you have any questions or comments about New Calm, please put that in the comments below as well. So what day is it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. And it's not just any Tuesday. It is Trader Tip Tuesday, where I come to you with tips and tricks like today, like New Calm, to help you take your performance to an elite level. I'll see you next Tuesday.